Part 2, Rose Hill preview, Glen, Mounting Yard Mail. What do we
Look, it's very important tomorrow, guys. I know we say it a lot like that. I don't want to sound like old mate Dowboy being a spruiker, but it is an important time of year. Horses out of the carnival, horses coming from big phase and wet tracks. You know, horses, you know, and if you get my stuff, like I'm sure you'd agree that I don't tip every winner, but the horses I do tip run well. So get on board with that, and hopefully I can recoup you plenty of that over and over.
And Dicko, for his Melbourne Mounting Yard Mail, will...
He has been trained up by me too, so he's only sending you through the same thoughts that I have, and doing a pretty good job.
So you can get the combo, to which gets you both Melbourne and Sydney, or you can get just Sydney or just Melbourne. But Dicko will be on deck tomorrow, and hopefully our reports will be a touch more timely than they were last week.
And on another note, whilst I'll be doing my best tomorrow with a juicy meeting, and I do apologise for not getting to Scone, but I had mental health problems, and like I said, I've got to play checkers with Greg at midday today. I'm just going back. I'll definitely be on board Rose Hill tomorrow. The following week, I'll be away again because my beautiful first son's getting married in Cairns on a Saturday, which I'm just like, there it is. And unfortunately, I can't be at Cairns at a wedding, and so...
And you've got to give a speech, Glenn.
I'll have to give a speech. Yes. Anyway, I'm taking a partner up with me. I'm taking Greg. We're going to sit together and both dribble out the sides of our mouth. And so I do apologise for next Saturday because Mounting Yard Mail won't be available. So that's 2 Saturdays in 3 weeks, which is like 2 Saturdays in 37 years. Very unusual, but my apologies pre-post. But I'll kill him tomorrow.
And John McLeod will be doing backbent rant for a soggy Doomben tomorrow. It's the Doomben Cup. He's a Doomben specialist. And the other thing I want to mention is, you know how we had a report on the Chris Lee's Lope de Vega.
How are we going?
One of our good fellows went up and actually saw the horse physically.
What do you mean our good
fellows? Took some photos.
Who was it?
One of the guys that purchased a share.
Oh, good on him.
You know?
Fantastic.
So he actually got up there and saw the horse and said it had grown heaps and very excited.
Oh, great.
Well, we've got Hearts Race. If you go to heartsracing.com.au, there's an opportunity to get involved in another Chris Lee's filly. It's a Hinchinbrook filly, and Chris, my God, the guy, he just ticks every box, doesn't he? There he's got a very, what I would say, a plain horse in Excella Moore, just getting the maximum dollars out of her there last week at Scone.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
He's a pretty good trainer to get involved with, isn't he?
You know, RacingRant's going to be in business with people like Chris Lees, people like Jason Coyle. We're not going to be Sea Wallers and Pea Stones. That's not our style. So Chris really ticks all boxes for us.
Yeah, so if you go to heartsracing.com.au, Hearts Racing has a share in that filly, and so you can investigate what they've got to offer. They've also got a reward for effort colt that's going to be trained by Darren Weir. So check it out, heartsracing.com.au.
And we're going to be having Jamie Quinnell riding it in all its track work and lead up, which is going to be fantastic. Thanks, James. And Daniel Gannon will be on its first on the race. It'll be fantastic.
In Tasmania.
We'll bring him up from Tasmania. So we've got all the boxes ticked here at RacingRant. What a sight we are.
And hopefully we've got the 2,000 metre race, which is race 6, first leg of the quaddie.
Darren Beeman riding number 2. I saw that.
There it is. And it's wide again. It's $6.50 the mystery horse, the 3-year-old Careless Choice. $7 broadside, $7.50 nothing box, $8 Mortar Platoon, $8.50 Montauk, $8 My Psychiatrist. Just keep
topical
these
tip.
Fields, aren't they? $14 Floodlight, $14 Be Like Dad, $15 Red Debawi. Broadside is looking for the front here. He's got Be Like Dad underneath him, and Deanne on My Psychiatrist, who will be surging forward. But I imagine that Broadside is instructed and will hold them out. Nothing box looking to get in could do so, and that's most of the speed. Not sure where Careless Choice is going to settle up so far in distance.
Guys, it was a race I just wanted everyone to send me $33 because I haven't got a clue. I need you two to help me, so you start, Gord.
Oh, geez. I'm starting at the 2,000 metres. That's a curveball. I got Broadside on top. I think if it can get the lead, it can improve dramatically. Third up, and it's at a decent price, and it's up to its pet distance now.
It's a roughie, is it? It's actually the $7 favourite. No, it's a $7 second favourite.
Yeah, so that's the horse I've got in top, and the only one I'm sort of interested in the race.
Right, yeah, because we've been waiting for it. It resumed at a mile at Warwick Farm and made sure it conditioned itself by attacking for the lead 3 wide, softening up its stablemate who was on the fence, giving good old So Willie the benefit of all that. And then went back to 1500 at Hawkesbury, and there it is, sooled along outside the lead, and then Classic Records or Classic Windows, whatever, went around them to lead. And he's trialled again since. Surprised it wasn't a longer trial, Gord.
Yeah, well, it was just a run around, wasn't it?
I suppose so.
It seems it's just set up so much better tomorrow than it was its previous 2 starts.
Well, the only thing it's missing is it's missing a distance run.
Race, yeah.
We saw Stampede go from the mile to the 2000 at Randwick, and we've seen Stampede twice since, and he's been a hell of a lot braver than he was at Randwick on Anzac Day.
My word, yes.
So
he was very brave the other day, wasn't he? Wherever it was.
Yeah, Doomben. He looked gone all the way around, really.
Yeah, he looked fucked.
So, I would just prefer it to have a distance run. And remember last preparation, my Giuliano got him easily at Rose Hill. And then he had no trouble just going to a Saturday race then and winning. Which means that I've got him second pick and nothing box. Huey did a Huey on him the other day, but he's just so seasoned.
Yeah, but he's a Wednesday horse, isn't he?
Well, what? Sorry, what are we looking at here?
But he's a Wednesday horse coming. He's Wednesday horse.
Where's the Saturday
coming off short SPs?
Saturday Form's Montauk, who's been through the Mincer and's been down to Wagga.
Hasn't he had the feel of having plenty of start during the week?
Who?
Nothing box. There's Huey, bang, all the money's on Huey, bang, fourth, looks at them. These 3 look at each other. There's 3 lengths out the back. He pulls around, wins by a head. Doesn't he look like he's been getting PRs, OGs, Wednesdays, and every other negative box?
Right,
Doesn't that look like
okay, give me my Saturday form then.
You just
Well,
said
Saturday
broadside last preparation in its 3rd start.
Montauk's a Saturday Rose Hill horse, isn't it? Again?
No, it's not a Saturday Rose Hill horse. Isn't it a Saturday Randwick horse? Remember?
Okay, well...
Track 9010, remember the one? Glyn on Bjorn's horse?
But he's a Saturday horse. Nothing box is a Wednesday horse.
I backed my psychiatrist in a Saturday race last preparation. Coming from, where did she come from?
I don't know. All right, I'm not involved in the race. You guys can have it all. I'm surprised you didn't have
so can we talk about Careless Choice then? Which is this
what the hell is it?
I look back at its most recent mile
Goes
run.
up 600 metres. It's a Redoubt's Choice. What's it got? What box does it tick?
None.
It doesn't tick.
I can't have it.
I can't have it. It's just like, I don't know.
And I look back at the most recent time was at a mile, and who did it beat?
I mean, if you're going to tip nothing box top pick, you must have Red Debarwe a chance.
Yeah, it's got a chance.
What price is it?
I've got a 20s.
What price is it though?
14s.
Oh, it's 14s, is it? I don't know. Leave me out of the whole race. Again, it was one of those races I did when Montauk. I got over and it wasn't Darren Beedman riding, but again, it was James Innes Jr. He just seems to have like a lot of little rides tomorrow, and he's going to ride a winner.
Race 7, 1500 metres, highest grade race of the day. $6 is our favourite Moa. $7 Leopari. $8.50 Careless. $11 So Willie. $12 Invincible. $13 Believe. $13 in Costaline. $13 Berry Delicious. $15 Falkenberg. $17 Kellyville Flyer.
Yeah, well, if you didn't have a drinking problem before doing this race, by the time you'd finished it, you finished half a bottle of Jack Daniels and you turned your seat upside down, hoping to die of alcohol poisoning in the corner of the room. Oh no, that wouldn't be me.
But okay, so we've got this race at this stage of the season. In another month's time, you're going to be looking at the same horses still.
Yep.
And how are you going to feel then?
It's
almost like we've got to.
I'll be gone by then.
This is a fresh bunch compared to what we'll be seeing soon. Look, sorry, Gord, before you go on. Careless is a leader, but Moa, Gate 12, Deanne Pena, only wins when leads on the quick backup down in grade.
Ridden by Darren Beedman. It's got a good chance, but
it's got a lead, hasn't it?
Has to lead.
Has to lead. So Careless has to trail.
I thought it was a race that really suited me here, like especially from a mounting our male perspective, because my second horse I like here was Falkenberg, and I want to see how it looks 168 days off. But Kellyville Flyer just tips all boxes for me here. I love the coming back in distance. I love the fay at Hawkesbury. Fourth up, really like this as a horse. Tipping 6 to beat 8, who I need to have a good look at. Valkenberg, and there was something else. The obvious here, the usual suspects after that. Leopari, So Willie, and Costa Line. Gordo, you got anything?
Interested in 1,000 horses here. I do like the fact that Moa will lead tomorrow. I like the booking of Deanne Pena, and it's a horse that the stable reckons has come back really well. So if it has, I mean, it should be.
It is very one-dimensional, unfortunately.
It should be doing something in this race.
It is likeable, but it is scarily one-dimensional.
Oh look, there's a horse, what about 100 to 1, Iggy Pop or whatever. It's had 2,000 metre trials, might do something. Longy, I agree with Glenn with Kelly with Fire. I think Berry Delicious, that was a better run than...
She hasn't won for 2 years, Berry Delicious.
She's been a disappointing horse.
Yeah. If the rain comes, a chance. And then the one that I actually have on top is number 11, Leopari.
Yeah, I think Leopari is the starting point as far as framing your market here, punters. And I think you start at 7 to 1 Leopari and you work from there.
What about the fact that his only Rosehill run was awful, dreadful, his worst run in Sydney last time in?
Was only the other one, right? I think
it's
it's only one
1,800 metre run.
He's a 4-year-old with one run. You know, I don't know.
I think it was a better run than Lanciato last start at Hawkesbury. I think it's a horse that might just have a bit more ability than the others in this race, and it's got no weight. It's got Jason Collette, who's one of the gun runners in Sydney tomorrow. So that's my starting point, as Glenn mentioned. So.
It's a great race. What do you say, Marcus? Anything for the punters?
I'm saying that that Careless is an honest horse, trained by an honest yard, that was a leader at the most recent meeting here. Like the others have got Hawkesbury form or Scone form, or this has got Rosehill form. Okay. And as I say, I thought the leaders were disadvantaged 2 weeks ago. So
yep,
I think that it's my starting point. But it is a juicy race in the sense that there's lots of angles, but a bit tired in the sense that we're a bit sick of all these horses. So Willie has now put 2 wins together and was famous last year for winning Rosehill Wet 1500.
Yeah, and it's got a chance tomorrow.
Race 8, the penultimate, 1,200 metres.
T.J. Smith Hall of Fame. Wow, Hall of Fame. I see that Sydenham trainer in Melbourne's going into the Hall of Fame. Do you know that? Lloyd Williams. Flouts every rule of racing and they're throwing him in the Hall of Fame. What a beauty.
Well, that's there, so they should, you know. Like,
oh no, he's great. He's a great part of racing. I'm not bagging him. I'm just saying it's just funny how
it is funny how he's been accepted.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous.
He should be in the Hall of Fame for owners rather than trainers. Is that what you're saying?
I just can't work it out. I don't know how he's in the Hall of Fame. I just think if it was me doing that, training horses and being a big multi, I know with my luck, I'd be at 17 Stewards Inquiry and I'd be doing life. But they love Lloyd down. He's the best.
Interesting race, the penultimate. $3.80 Bonnie O'Reilly, $6.50 Guard of Honour, $8 the Gelded Mogador, $8 the other resuming Darren Beedman horse Reincarnate.
What a race is this,
$15 Noble Joey, $16 Paint, and it's 20s Bar. Now, Noble Joey will be on a search and destroy mission to get to the front there. He's coming back in distance. Paint with Deanne Pena on his outside, I wonder, has trialled since up from 1,000, might try it on.
Game on?
I don't technically have it there, but
Darren Beeman's 2 rides look like they're particularly poorly drawn, if that's the scenario.
Well, they look particularly... They're taking up large percentage of the market for, you know, horses that don't look suited.
Don't look suited at all. Darren
and Guard of Honour, what are we going to do with it?
Well, I think it fits in a little bit, but I am a bit sick of it.
It's getting the pen from me now.
Right, and so we've got a bonny little mare that ran 6 to 4 the other day.
A bonny little mare.
Well, she PR'd. How she PR'd like that?
No, in Times of War PR'd. She didn't PR. She had to get out.
Yeah, but she was just there. She was Johnny on the spot by the same token. She had to get past a Wednesday horse. Machine Gun Job's late. You know which one I want.
I think she was poorly drawn there the other day.
Okay, interesting.
I think she's up and running. She's
won the lead up.
One of the lead ups, yeah. Look, I'd have to say that Noble Joey seems excessive there with your man P. Wells.
Excessive. What does that mean? Big price or
big price?
Big price. Yep.
Like you know, Deploy had to come and get him before. The last time he was in a Saturday race, 1200.
He's a very honest little horse.
Well, he's worked himself out. 12 months ago he was winning the Hawkesbury Highway, and now he's.
It's really interesting. Yeah, and Rob Waterhouse has always had a good opinion of this horse, because I watch Rob's markets on the board, and he's always leaning towards it and turning it off and not wanting to delay it. So he's always had a good opinion of this horse. He's been right.
Gordo, what are you saying?
Look, just on a price basis, I've got number 10, Girl Sunday.
You're tipping Girl
He's tipping roughies.
How do you know that?
Because you love this horse.
I do, yeah.
You absolutely love this horse. If anyone's found the horse, it's me. I was the one that's tipping it when it was winning back off from Manning up. Yeah. But ever since I sort of gave up on it, you've taken up it's like an old Girl Sunday. I was banging her on a Sunday and you grabbed her on the Monday. You love her.
I'm taking sloppy seconds. Is that the go?
Yeah, that's the go.
It was me.
That's the go. All right, Gord, tell us about the Gold Coast, which some may not have seen.
I think I mentioned on the show previously, I really liked its trial. It was over the 1,045, but it only had the one trial. Went to the Gold Coast. It was just a run around because it never got a look at them, so you can completely ignore that race. I don't like horses going interstate and coming back, but that was more like a barrier trial than a race. And solid second up stats. I got James Innes Jr.
What about its 1,200 metre form?
Yeah, well,
I'll be able to tell you whether this horse can win tomorrow.
Well, see, there you go. Get mounting out mail.
Because I know when this horse, how it looked exactly to the millimetre when it was winning, when I was tipping it.
And when it can fly when it's right.
And it can fly when it's right.
Yeah.
So, won't be in my first horse selection tomorrow, or might be on top.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know this horse like the back, and so but I also know that you've got a little affinity there.
Well, it's long odds too, isn't it?
It's his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's his girlfriend. It's like that Rachel Hunt
$21.
Every time she
walks
in the ring with it.
Of when I've been so massively strong on this horse. I don't know whether you guys are giving me a crush that I actually didn't really have.
I was going to say, I bet you're tipping Girl Sunday, and it's a 20 cents.
And that's so unusual for me too, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Look, I thought Wild and Famous's run last start wasn't too bad.
He's got a good winning record as well. What's he won at Hawkesbury and Canterbury?
Yeah, what the hell am I doing, eh?
You're all over the fave here, aren't you? 12.
Oh, I didn't want to be. I just did. But
every other horse you backed.
There's mystery horses here. Like Guard of Honour is at 1,200 off going to Doomben. That's yick. Reincarnate is a control freak from Gate 1.
Yep.
That's not going to be a first upper for the rest of his career.
Yep.
Mogador is, well, what is he? I don't know, but he's been finally gelded, whatever that means. But he's off a long spell.
He's a cut you. Which they did to me when I was 14. Would have had a better life.
So, I'm sorting through what they offer as the chances. They've offered 4 chances, the market.
Okay.
And 3 of them, I'm just going...
Poo?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Well, that helps me a little bit, because I'm tipping Brigadier and Rise, guys. What price is it?
$34. You beat Gord.
What do you mean? In price? Roughies?
Yeah, that's why. He's just, I've tipped a 20 shot, and you're like, I'm going longer.
Well, it's still lightly raised. It's 12 for 3. I like Travis Wolfgraf. I like horses that failed at Hawkesbury. Prior to that, I just think it ticks a few boxes there tomorrow. It's been parading pretty good. I'm tipping it to beat... I was going to give Guard of Honour one more chance, guys. I had to say it. And
what's his go, Guard of Honour? Because he could lead this field if he wants.
Well, I don't think he'll be leading tomorrow. And I hope he's not.
But he's the fastest horse in this race.
Gee, I'd be surprised if he led, Mo. I think they just, come straight across and hopefully get one by one there.
Yeah, okay. He's looking for one out, one back. I understand. So there's Noble Joey, there's Paint, and Guard of Honour's,
Gets across, and Josh says, well, I'll let them go and hit there I am. Into a nice spot.
Yep.
Maybe Bonnie O'Reilly is 4th on the inside of him.
Yeah.
I'm tipping Brigadier and Rise just at the odds, and from Guard of Honour, and full respect for the favourite, who is a good little horse. One other horse. Oh, that's the horse. Jumped out of the ground the other day, first up. Frill Seeking is fucking flying.
It went amazingly.
It went amazingly. So
because it got crowded at the start, it had to make its run from last. That's not Frill Seeking's go.
Not its go at all, and I thought it was flying. But anyway, there you go. What a great race.
Tell you what, you made a case for so many horses.
Oh, it's a great race.
Get yourself to Rosehill tomorrow. If you don't go to Rosehill tomorrow, can you email in? What do you actually do? I don't want to get out of racing because I'm like I'm in a soup factory in my head. But what do you actually do if you don't go to the races? What do people do?
Drive the kids to sport.
But my kids are 35.
They go and have breakfast.
Well, go to the over 35s.
What do you do at breakfast? So you talk, but then you can go to the races. What do you do? I honestly don't know what people do.
I don't know. The 11:25, the first, is a bit early for brunch.
Okay, but what do you do? What's the question out there? What do people do?
How would I know?
Do you go to IKEA? What do you do
probably
there?
go to IKEA.
Do you go to IKEA and you walk around?
With the millions of others.
Do you want me to tell you what I used to do before I came to the track?
What did you do?
Okay, so I'd get up at 5 to 9,
Yeah.
put some bets on at 9:01, grab the dogs, go down the beach for an hour, have a swim with the dogs, come back, and then I'm about half an hour before the first race. Put pay TV on, get my laptops ready, and
lay on the lounge.
Watch the races.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying, but what if you didn't do racing?
Oh.
What do you do then? So in the whole of the world, I mean, I know in the Middle East you get a machine gun and shoot each other, and I know in Russia you just work in a factory and starve, and I know in the USA the whites hate the blacks. I understand what everyone else does. In Australia, what do we do?
You know, well, there's surfers out there. Maybe they go for a surf. Maybe they go fishing.
I can do surfing and fishing. Yeah. Jeff Pendlebury said to me, so funny yesterday at Hawkesbury. We were looking at Hawkesbury. There was just no one there, and Jeff we're just like, gone, just looking at these. And he just goes, Glenn, what about you and me get away from this and go fishing? That's what he actually said.
Did he really?
Yeah. And I said, oh yeah, Jeff. I said, there's not much to catch these days. And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, what will you do if we catch the fish? He goes, we'll sell them. God, he's a champion.
He gets better as he gets older.
Oh, he's a funny man now. He said, we'll get some fish.
Well, it's a shame that there's not a little bit more vibrant betting at the track.
Well, you're doing your bit, Gord.
Yeah, well,
and,
well, not personally.
Anyway. All right, let's get to race 9, guys.
Yeah, let's get to race 9, hey? What a beauty this is. $5, the last start failure, Dagny. $8, Maram. $9, Knit and Pearl. $11, Cottage. $11, Wangwa. $13, Anisha. $15, Countess Marinov. Aren't we sick of it? $17, Hermosa Beach. And 20s and longer the rest. What a gala this is. Your man P. Wells, again on a horse that could push forward and lead there, Lead Me Astray. Chloe's Comet, Deanne Pena, Gay Waterhouse, leader. Countess Marinov, Stiletto Vixen on speed, Dagny not far away with the blinkers on. Firstly, what are we going to do with this favourite, Glenn? Because she's been back to the trials since.
I don't know, what are we going to do at the moment?
Well, look, she was completely dynamic last preparation. And then first up this time in, I think she just used it all. Do you know what I mean? Like she used that momentum to get home first up. And also it was one of those situations where the winning first up in the ground may have affected her as well. We've seen a horse like Russian Revolution just get completely carved up by doing something extraordinary first up.
Gut-busting first up in a wet track.
Yeah. Russian Revolution is in the wheelchair.
In the absolute wheelchair. And going around with SPs of $2.60 and $2 and looks to have none. It's in the wheelchair.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is you've got to be careful about...
used to always do that? That was funny.
Yeah, careful about these horses. Well, it was Terry Copper's original idea. It was about the 3-year-olds running the Cox Plate and they'd be in the wheelchair for life. You know, nothing like a day and blah, blah, blah.
I think it was a Terry Copper theory. That
yeah, so Dagny, Glenn. Gordo, you're a Dagny man.
It's a Wednesday horse.
Yeah, I can't forgive the poor run last start.
Well, okay, so it's $5.
Not at that price,
$5
anyway.
Clear horse. Yeah. Okay, well, tip us a winner, Glenn. There's only 19 to pick from.
Well, I know, but the first pick in the race is the mare Flying. It's Wang Wah, drawn perfectly, absolutely flying.
Airborne.
Couldn't win last start and still won, so third up tomorrow, ticks all boxes.
It's a Wednesday horse.
Maybe it's a Wednesday race. Maybe it is a Wednesday
It's a Wednesday race.
It's a Wednesday race. I was tipping it to beat Romney's Choice, who's obviously been second to it the other day.
And couldn't win from the inside there the other day.
It's going really well. And there's bits and pieces from Mounting Armagh there, you know, bits and pieces. I suppose Anisha for third. I had 50 looks at in a wink at $51 again, you know.
There's a few stable horses here, aren't there?
Oh, it's a stable day.
You got Cottage. What are we doing with Cottage?
I had my wins out of cottage.
Right, so you've got cottage on the
Buy a
bad
little
list.
cottage with it? Did you buy a little cottage with your cottage?
Yeah,
wins?
it was close to that. The one I haven't actually done this race thoroughly. I only got to race 8 and then had a look at the field and thought, oh
Yeah,
my God, this is going to take me 2 hours.
Scary, isn't it? It feels like
It took a long time.
The one
Holy
that
hell.
I thought was a nice run first back was the horse that ran at Wagga, number 1, Hermosa Beach. It was quite strong late, up
Canberra horse.
200. What?
It's a Canberra horse.
Yeah, I know, but it's a...
It is a Wednesday race.
It's
like the city highway. It's a city highway.
Lord, you have to give us something else because it's an emergency, second emergency at Doomben. I think it's already got a run. And the no rider in Sydney is telling me it's going to Doomben.
Yeah, well, that looks likely, and now I'm going to struggle, aren't I?
What did
Anyway, you
what-
guys talk, and I'll just have a quick
I've
look.
got Wangwa 10s.
What do you like, Marcus?
8.
Who's it called? Or what do you like? Number 8, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking, what's the point of this? It's 500 horses, hardest race in the world. We both took the same number.
Look, look, I love these sort of races. Maram, I thought beat the bias the other day, getting up the inside, everything, and that was the biggest poo for slow burn on Wednesday. She came down the best ground and didn't get in Times of War, who was on the slow ground.
And she'd gone backwards 5 lengths from Mounting Guard Mail, even though I don't
There you
provide
go.
on Wednesday.
You can't breathe without it. But you know, you will find something like that in the future. Yeah. So Maram is travelling well, although 2 wins at Canterbury are a problem. Anisha is obviously suited in a suitable race. I didn't want to argue with Dinton Pearl, but I'm worried about 1400 feet. I think it might be better at 12. Wangwa we've spoken about. Dagny we've spoken about. Labdian is a bit of a skunk, but she
ticks a few boxes
better
tomorrow.
set up tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Lamy Australia been desperate for it to get into a 1400 metre race, but unfortunately she's going to have to bloody carve up Chloe's Comet. Romney's Choice you mentioned, great chance. Firebird Flyer, I suppose. Tennessee Hussey on the back up from Tuesday.
And that's enough for it to do something tomorrow, but I doubt it'll run because it hasn't got a rider.
And then Stiletto Vixen, 2 runs back at 11 to 14. She's on the cusp, but she's got to be some
Can't
sort of
stand
chance.
horses like Stiletto Vixen because I find them like a little bit every start. And then last start I priced it. What race was it? Last start. I bring up and put 25s next to her. And she was 40s to 60s on track, and she was Glen. It was hard to get the 60s, and I got her 25s, and I'm looking at the 60s going, oh, probably no. She gets beaten 3.5 lengths. I've marked her 25s. I reckon I've marked her, and then she's on the fair. You can have $11 at 320 to 1, Glenn. So of course you throw $11 away. 320, and then all of a sudden you want to talk about it the next start. Just shits me.
Yeah, that is the Rose Hill card.
It's a great card.
Gordo, drill us down here, will you?
Yeah, give us a moral.
He was tipping too many roughies. I'm a bit worried.
Yeah.
the
Nothing's sort of standing out for me here. I'm going to be having something on a few roughies, and won't be a big day for me, big trading day. LA Chevelle, some sort of a chance at the odds, although the map's sort of a bit of a question mark.
What have we done to him?
He's gone. He's telling you to us.
My
My best bet tomorrow at this stage is race 5, each way, number 6, Alpen Rose. $18 this afternoon. Get onto your corporates, let them bet you 3 cents on it or whatever they do. I don't know what they bet. That sounds all right. 54 cents to 3 cents isn't bad.
My bet of the day, horse that's flying, number 3, White Moss.
Race 2.
Race 2, number 3.
Race 2.
You were top and tip, between it and Varian, weren't you?
Yeah,
I just, the Veridon, as you said, there's a few sort of other little angles there, so I'm, you know, with White Moss for me.
Ty will ride it perfectly. He's been riding very well, Ty. Glad he's going well.
I think start with the first 2. I think race 1, number 1, and you've tipped race 2, number 3, Gord. They can be RacingRant horses, and Gordo's already mentioned about 50 roughies, so we're going to have to put him in rehab.
It means we're going to be very busy tomorrow.
I've got to get back.
You know, roughies are normally late bets for me.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
yeah.
I've got to get back. The doctors do their rounds at 1 o'clock to make sure I'm still in my room. That's it from RacingRant. It's been pretty exciting.
See you guys.